Hello, you beautiful people out there. This is Dr. Vineeta once again in order to give you an amazing training in regards to why vendor management systems and companies basically, they reject staffing agencies. Before I do that, I basically have prepared a lot of points, but let me quickly confirm whether, I am streaming okay, whether I can see myself okay, and whether I can hear myself okay. Just give me a moment. Let me quickly get that checked for you. For those who are joining me live, I would want you to comment down below live, hashtag live. Where are you guys joining me from? And what type of staffing agency do you currently do have? Whether you have a healthcare staffing agency, whether you have an IT staffing agency, that would great as well. Just give me a moment. Let me just quickly check whether I can see myself. Okay. Give me a moment. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I can see myself streaming okay. Let me quickly get that shared in my groups and communities for people who basically feel that, you have friends and acquaintances who might basically require and be benefited by seeing this live. I would highly recommend you to please share this live stream with them so that they can basically make the most out of it. And just give me a quick moment there. Let me just get the basic ref and technical checks down. Okay, yes. Perfect. I think I am streaming okay. For those who basically are joining me live, I would really appreciate if you basically let me know whether you can hear me okay and where exactly are you guys joining me from. That would be great as well. It would be really helpful because I basically will understand how many people are joining me from which sides of the sector and which sides of the company as well. So, yes, for those who do not know me, my name is Dr. Vineeta Pillai. I am a doctor by profession and a certified psychologist as well. Have been into business since almost 6 years now. This is my sixth year in the staffing industry, in the staffing market space. And we have successfully launched multiple amazing programs, have serviced 820 clients nationwide. So, no matter what type of business you basically do have, you basically want to start a staffing agency, whether you want assistance with getting contracts, whether you want to get deployed on vendor management platforms or MSPs, we can assist you. That's 100% guarantee out there because the programs are proven and tested. The topic for today is why most of the staffing agencies never win contracts in 2026 and what exactly is the top 1% of staffing agencies are doing. That means what are they're doing differently in order to get them deployed. Why most staffing agencies will never win the vendor management deployment contract in 2026. So let's understand the secrets of the top 1%. What are they doing differently? I want you to listen very carefully because if you're running or planning to start a staffing agency in 2026, you will basically be wiped out. There would be 70% of agencies that don't understand vendor management systems. And that's the scary part. Most of them won't even know why they are lost. Yeah, I'm sure you are going through certain situation. And I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to show you how contracts are actually decided behind the closed rooms, behind the closed doors. Because I am a doctor by profession. I work directly with nurses, with doctors, and staffing agency owners. Okay, I've seen agencies do everything right and still get rejected without any feedback, not because that they were bad or but they basically did not comply, but because they didn't understand how the vendor management system platform thinks, right? What I'm about to share today is the exact framework I'm teaching inside my private school community starting from January 2026. Now, I want to ask you a few questions. Number one is, have you ever submitted candidates and heard nothing from your vendor? Have you ever wondered why the smaller agencies, maybe your competitors, are winning contracts while you don't? Have you ever felt like the rules keep changing and no one exactly explains them to you? That's not bad luck, to be honest. That's the information asymmetry. The vendor management system knows the rules, okay? MSPs knows the rules. Here's what no one tells your staffing agency owners are. VMS platforms do not reward efforts. They reward patterns. Hear me clearly. Speed patterns, compliance patterns, trust patterns, that's exactly what they reward, right? And once your agency is labeled high risk, you're done, even if no one tells you, right? So just listen to this very, very carefully. This is basically why I have built a 12-month school training ecosystem, because this is not a course, this is not a webinar. You can call it as a proven and tested system, right? Inside the Skool community, what we're going to do is we're going to start from ground zero, right? We're going to help you build up. This is how the 12-month will look like inside this community. The month one will be why your staffing agencies are getting rejected without ever being told. Month two, how preferred vendor status actually works. Month three, why some agencies see jobs first. Month four, compliance mistakes. Month five, audit triggers. Month six, systems that protect you legally and financially. Month seven, why recruiters fail inside the vendor management systems, even with great candidates. Month eight, why speed to billing matters more than talent. Month nine, what delivery excellence really looks like inside the vendor management platforms. Month 10, how agencies break when they scale and how to avoid it. And month 11, why agencies with contracts still struggle with cash flow. How to build an agency that scales, sells, and survives, right? This is the stuff, to be honest, no recruiter, no MSP, no vendor management platform will ever disclose publicly. Okay. Would like to announce the classes will be beginning from January 2026, which means if you are in now, you're positioned before the market tightens, before the market of 2026 tightens. And to be honest, there are only 100 seats remaining as the founding seats, right? After that, enrollment closes, the price increases permanently, and founders keep the legacy access. I do not want people who will be, joining later to sit next to founders who already have been paying less. So let me say this very clearly. In 2026, contracts will not go to the most hardworking agencies. They will go to the best prepared agencies. Okay. If you wait, you'll still be watching others win the contracts you are qualified to, right? So if you want these details, you want the exact, access, a close proximity knowledge, this is the community for you, right? Because to be honest with you, new year will be coming with new rules. 2026 will bring everything new. There are a lot of vendor management platforms, especially the healthcare staffing side, in regards to naming a few like AMN, Aya, Medifis, ShiftMed, Career Staff, etc. These are vendor management systems which have their own prerequisite checklists. Having a prerequisite checklist does not make you 100% eligible on these platforms. I repeat myself. Having an entire checklist does not make you compliant on these, give you 100% guarantee of deployment on these platforms. There are agencies which gets rejected. There are a lot of logistics of how these vendor management platforms actually select the staffing agencies. And to be honest, if you have a new year resolution for your business, especially being a staffing agency owner, I would highly recommend you to deep dive into what exactly are vendor management systems, what exactly is a MSP system, and how you actually can get those contracts for your staffing agency, because 2026 is a complete game changer, especially if you're looking for nationwide contract access. And honestly, there are 99% of times when clients schedule a call with me and I get onto the strategy calls, they're completely clueless of what exactly these vendor management systems are. What is a VMS? What is an MSP? And this is not the time to figure everything out because your competitors are moving. Your competitors are doing every single day something which you are not. So please think about just knowing the name of a vendor does not give you the access or, the detailings on the contracts. Contracts are currently deployed on a vendor management system on an MSP. Being a staffing agency owner, your 100% responsibility is to get your business those contracts because honestly, staffing is a business which requires contracts, and that's exactly which is going to bring in that revenue which every business requires, right? Staffing is a business which needs to have an equilibrium between the candidates, between the contract. Today, because of the power of artificial intelligence, it is really, really easy to find in that right resource of candidates. All you need to focus is how do I tap into those consistent contracts which my agency requires? And that's where the entire game is. I have been servicing 820 clients successfully nationwide, having a huge group on Facebook, which is almost 10,000 plus members. I keep on going live in this community for people who basically are watching me live or maybe watching me on a replay. If you have not joined my community, I would highly recommend you to. I'm going to drop in the link of my Facebook group down right there. If you are someone who actually need the close proximity space, the Skool community is for you. If you are already established into the staffing market and you feel that no, I need assistance in getting at least a contract, at least a vendor management system, or at least an MSP contract, feel free to just schedule a call with me. I do have a dedicated contract managers in-house who basically will assist you in getting those contracts. So do not hesitate, no matter even if you basically are completely unaware of how a vendor management platform works or how exactly an MSP platform works. That's exactly where we come into picture. Okay, do not hesitate. My DMs are always open for you, no matter what it is. In 2026, the Skool community, which I'm going to run, is I'm going to go live every single week for 2 hours to explain you the strategies of getting on vendor management platforms. How to actually fill in the vendor management platforms, which vendors are unsaturated. Getting on a saturated vendor platform is absolutely not the key, right? You need to understand which state specific platforms are working, what type of contracts you actually require, which are the highest paying contracts, which candidates will actually, after I staff, will give me more money, which will generate the recurring streams of revenue for my staffing agency. How do I become 100% compliant before getting onboarded with these platforms? Once when I get access on these platforms, how do I actually start submitting the candidates? That's the real game for getting contracts. It's not always I need contracts. It's understanding what 2026 is bringing the staffing market. What exactly, where are we heading towards? So, no matter whether you have a healthcare staffing agency, whether you have an IT staffing agency, that does not matter. All that matters is do you actually are in the game of staffing? Are you standing out than your competitors? Do not say because staffing is competitive, I understand. But are you standing out? Do you have a unique selling propositions? Do you have those contracts? Are you doing something ahead of your competitors? Right? That is the game of staffing. And if you actually are serious in understanding how a vendor management platform works, how the MSP contracts work, what my agency requires, or maybe I am working for someone else and I am overwhelmed, I am tired, I'm literally looking for just, getting started maybe in a new year, starting a staffing agency, the Skool community is the close proximity space for you. It is on a monthly membership. I'm going to drop in the link of the community. I do not want to basically teach. This is not a coaching. I do not believe in teaching. This is not a webinar or something like that. It is a complete done for you system. That's exactly why we expedite results. Whenever you want to get deployed on any vendor management platform, we give you 100% written guarantee. There are agreements in place which clearly communicates, clearly is, written, stating that how many days will your deployment take place, whether it's 30 working days, whether it's 45 working days, etc. What are the documents that's required? We give you 100% guarantee. Why? Because I have partnered with nationwide vendor management platforms. I have collaborated with MSPs just because of being omnipresent consistently since 6 years. By God's grace, this is the level of authority with which I have developed. My place over here is to help my clients bridge the gap between having a staffing agency and help them get deployed on the vendor management platform, right? Because I'm sure you all might have tried filling in the application by yourself, going on their website and getting rejected. That's not the game. The game is to help you become credible in front of the global giants. There are global giants. We have partnered with 95 plus vendors under the healthcare sector and global giants for the IT staffing space as well. You name it, and we do have it for you. All I need is basically the enthusiasm in order to, yes, I actually need these contracts because 2026 is going to be huge. If you do not know how a vendor management platform works or how an MSP works, you're going to be wiped out. See the statistics, where exactly the statistics of data of staffing is. 70% of staffing agencies are going to be wiped out completely in 2026 if you are not on these platforms. As we are almost in the year end, only 15 days remaining for 2025 to come to an end. That's the only reason I thought of going in live, because of the expertise that I hold, 6 years being into the staffing space, interviewing n number of, I would say the decision makers, the director of nursing, the hiring authorities. Get on the vendor management system as soon as possible. The VMS and the MSPs is the golden ticket for your staffing agencies. Get contracts. Also, these contracts are for lifetime. So do not worry. You do not have to have candidates ready. Get your agency deployed on these systems and we can figure it out. But put your hands on these contracts, because when the contracts are closed, the contracts will be gone forever. So make the most out of this opportunity. There are multiple things which, as a business owner, you actually have to know. Because of artificial intelligence, it's really easy to get the most aligned candidates. There are job boards, there are resume, there are advertisements, but are you actually into the game of staffing? By just having a business established, having an EIN, having an LLC, it does not mean that you basically are into staffing space. I have clients who have absolutely no contracts being into the staffing space since 2 years. They have zero contracts. They are completely clueless what exactly is a vendor management platform. They are completely clueless of how a managed service provider works. How will it actually benefit my agency? So there are a lot of information which actually is being missing into the staffing space. And that's exactly why I thought of going in live and giving you these details, because honestly, just having an agency is not sufficient. You have to have the bandwidth, you have to have the right systems in place, which will assist you in bringing those consistent revenue, those consistent contracts, right? Everything is system oriented. You don't have to go back and forth with anyone. For an example, I'll give you a classic example of, just I believe 2 days back, we actually got one of my client deployed on a staffing agency who had a staffing agency. We got her deployed on a vendor management platform which has nationwide contracts. Okay. Now, these contracts are basically 2,500 contracts. That doesn't mean you should have 2,500 candidates ready, right? You have to take one step at a time. The first step has to be get on a vendor management platform. Once when you are successfully on the platform, then the next step is you have to start submitting the candidates, how the payroll is being done, how you will be getting paid. Everything is transparent in the system. You don't have to be calling the facility, you don't have to be calling your nurses, absolutely nothing. This is a one stop shop. It's a well oiled machine of consistent revenue for your staffing agency. And if you don't have that, unfortunately, I do not even think that, staffing agencies can ever survive in the staffing space in 2026, right? So anyone who have any questions in regards to how you basically can get onto a vendor management platform, how you actually can get onto a managed service platform, I am there for you. Okay. Everywhere on Facebook, my booking links are available. You can schedule a free strategy call with me. Okay, for 30 minutes. Whatever questions you have, feel free to, just ask those questions. My DMs are also open for you. So do not hesitate. Feel free to just message me. Any questions in regards to the VMS, MSPs, feel free to just let me know. And yeah, I would be more than happy to basically answer those questions for you. No matter where you are actually seeing me from, feel free to let me know which staffing contract would you be interested in. Whether you would want a healthcare staffing contract or whether you would want an IT staffing contract. We have contracts on table available for staffing agencies. And I have already created a stage being into business since 6 years. Why not leverage the platform? Why not leverage the authority? That's exactly what my clients do instead of figuring everything out. The first step is I would highly recommend you to join my Skool community. The classes begins from 8th of January. Okay, from 8th of January, every Thursday, I'm going to go in live every single Thursday in regards to giving you detailings upon the logistics of vendor management platforms, giving you the details upon MSPs, how you need to submit the candidates, how payrolls are processed, how credentialing is done, the real stuff, not just coaching, not just training. It's a real implementation. And this is the best thing ever on the internet in the staffing space, because this is the number one community which I have designed on Skool. And all you need to do is just basically sign up. I'm going to drop in my link, but the doors are going to be closed once when the space has been gone. There are amazing clients already in the Skool community. Feel free to join that. Get your hands on these knowledge. This is the resource which any staffing business owner would require, to be honest. And the level of expertise, the level of knowledge, the level of trainings that are there inside the community, get your hands on it. I'm going to drop into my Skool community link right now after this live. Feel free to join in because the doors would be closing very, very soon. Okay, once when we have stipulated amount of members, I'm going to shut the doors. This is not for everyone. I repeat myself, this is not for everyone. I love to work with entrepreneurs who have the real enthusiasm, who have the real zeal in them. It's not that, you need to do everything and I'll just be resting. It's nothing like that. It's a two-way relationship. If I am a coach, if I am giving you the strategies, if I basically have been into the space in 6 years and explaining you certain things, I want you and expect you to go ahead and get those things implemented because it's your business, right? I have been into the market since 6 years. I'm currently omnipresent on all platforms. You can see me on Facebook, you can see me on Instagram, you can see me on YouTube, on LinkedIn, etc. And how is it possible? If it is possible for me, why is it not possible for you? These are the exact steps which I'm going to reveal inside my Skool community. So just understand the staffing business is all about basic three pillars for a staffing business. The number one pillar is getting those consistent contracts. The number two pillar is getting those consistent candidates in alignment to the contracts. And number three is marketing. Marketing is the heart of any business, no matter wherever you are. You have to have the knowledge of perfect marketing. I'm not telling you you have to go live like this, like me, but marketing is the heart of any business. And if you want to learn all these three strategies from someone who actually is been doing that, I am a live walking, talking example in front of you all, right? So I'm going to basically post in my link to book a call with me. I'm going to post in my link to join my school community, and also for my Facebook group. In case if you are not in my community, to be honest with you, you are leaving good of staffing on table, right? So please understand, these are the basics of 2026. You can search it on Google, you can search it everywhere. All you have to do is your number one goal of 2026 has to be getting your staffing agency deployed on vendor management platforms, on managed service providers and MSP platforms. And if you have difficulty, I am the coach for you, right? So do not hesitate. Whenever you basically are watching me live, feel free to drop me questions in my DM and I would love to get them answered for you, right? If you're asking me the names of vendor management platforms or maybe the MSP platforms, the names are Aya, AMN, I would say Definitive Healthcare, Prime Time, Luby. There are multiple healthcare vendor management platforms. If you ask me for the IT staffing side, IT staffing are all the global giants that we currently do have. We have Randstad with us, we have Google with us, we basically do have Walmart, IBM, then EXL, we do have Toyota, Wells Fargo, etc. So if your business is literally struggling for contracts, this is the time. All you need to do is just schedule a call with me in order to get deployed on the system. If you want to join my school community for getting that knowledge, I'm going to drop in the membership link, and the live classes are going in from January 8th, okay, 8th of January 2026. Feel free to join it right now because the doors are going to get closed, as I said. And no matter whatever it is, just remember the three pillars of staffing is number one is getting contracts for your staffing agency. Number two is getting candidates for your staffing agency. And number three is marketing. Marketing is the heart of any business, right? So if you have any questions in regards to any of the three, feel free to DM me directly. If you're available on LinkedIn, if you're available on Instagram, if you are there on YouTube, I am available everywhere, right? So feel free to message me. I would love to see you inside my space because that's exactly the close proximity space which is being developed in the staffing market. And as I have already developed the stage for you because of authority that I have built, because of the credibility I have built, the only thing is these are the shortcut to get you deployed on vendor management platforms. So make the most out of it. And I would basically love every one of you to see you inside my space. So that was it from my end. I hope it was, useful. It was beneficial. I'm going to drop in the comments, okay, the links to join my school community and my booking link right under the comments. And I would love to see you inside. I would love to see staffing agency owners live on 8th of January with amazing topics, which my training and development team are already preparing. But remember one thing, this is not for everyone. This is for serious staffing agency owners who actually want to thrive the $100,000 niche, who want to thrive the $200,000 contracts. That's exactly the space for. This is not for someone who basically just be binge watching me or, not going to do the work. This is not for you. This is for serious owners, serious business owners who actually will be willing to put that work, who would be willing to do the work, right? So that was it from my end, and I would be seeing you next whenever I go in live, maybe next week for certain other topic as well. If you want certain trainings on any specific topics, do not forget to just DM me, and I would ask my training and development team to get that training done for you. I would love to basically get all your questions answered in such lives. Yeah. Also, if you have any friends and family who basically would be seeking for this level of support, feel free to share this live. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's exactly where all my lives are going to be, uploaded to, so that you do not miss on any single training. So that was it from my end. Have a wonderful and a blessed day ahead. Bye for now.